right, let's talk about probability a little bit, and hopefully I can make this make some sense. So one of the things that you'll see is they'll talk about flipping a coin or rolling a fair dice, and that just means fair dice, fair coin means that it's not weighted on one side so that it's, like cheater stuff like magicians use or gamblers use that try to cheat the system. No, these are fair. So you have an equal chance of it going both ways. So if I had two coins, and I hope you can see it, these are both heads. If I flip them, let's say the first coin lands on heads, okay? And sometimes they'll write things in this weird sort of format, but once you see it, it makes a lot more sense. So I'm going to use a H for heads, okay? If I flip the second coin, it could land on heads. So I could have heads and heads, or the second coin could have landed on tails, and then I would have had head, tails. Make sense? If I flip the second coin, let's say where I flip the first coin, and instead of landing on heads, it lands on tails. Well, when I flip this one, it could land on heads, or it could have landed on tails. So you end up with something that looks like this. This is your first coin. This is your second coin. So if I flip the first coin, it's either going to land on heads or it's going to land on tails, okay? When I flip the second coin, it's either going to land on heads or it's going to land on tails. So I could have head, head, tails, head, tails, tail, heads, tail, tails. So there are 4 different possibilities that this could go, okay? A different way that you could see this written, they would write it as heads, heads, head, tails, tail, heads, and tail, tail. So you can see it written this way sometimes. Now, what this means is these are our possible outcomes. And how many of them are there? There are 4. We got 4 different outcomes. Yes, these look the same, but this is heads, then tails. This is tails, then heads. These are 2 different outcomes. So we have the possibility of having 4 outcomes.